those who say the richest man in England was the Earl of Crankcase. I use the past tense because one day in back of his ancestral home, Abominable Manor, the Earl decided to take a swim.
I shall take a short dip and then have tea.
Unfortunately, the Earl was absent-minded. Not only didn't he have any tea in the house, but he didn't have a pool. The effects of the tragedy were far-reaching. Before the week was out, the 3 surviving members of the Crankcase family gathered at the law firm of Lamb, Curry, and Rice for the reading of the will. These were distant nephews of the late Earl, Filcher, Belcher, and Jay.
Oh, how we grieve our dear uncle's passing.
Oh, how we'll miss him.
Oh, how much did he leave us?
Nothing. The entire estate, consisting of a £1 million note, goes to the new Earl of Crankcase. And this is what he looks like.
The only existing photograph was a glossy 8x10 of a 12x4 foot. On the sole of the foot was an inscription reading, Rue Brittania.
Find a foot with that on it and I'll show you the new Earl.
Wasting not a second, the nephews searched their souls.
Mine says, don't tread on me. Fiddlesticks.
Mine says, walk softly and carry a big stick. Oh, prunes.
How do you spell Britannia?
It was apparent that the heir apparent was none of them. By the end of the week, the law offices were overrun with barefoot boys with lots of cheek, all claiming to be the new Earl. It was just about then that a prominent London physician made a startling discovery.
This isn't the foot of a man. It's the foot of a moose.
And that brings us to Frostbite Falls, Minnesota, home of our stalwart hero, Rocket J. Squirrel.
Oh, I hate my uncle, but I love my antlers, 'cause antlers are a moose's best friend. Hey, Rock!
Huh? What is it, Bullwinkle?
Hand me my shower cap, will you?
Yeah, here you are.
Thanks. Anything I can't stand is wet horns.
Say, have you seen the morning paper? It says here they're looking for a moose foot with Rue Brittania on it.
You mean like this?
Yeah, like that. Bullwinkle, your foot.
Sure, it's my foot. I got another one just like it. They come in pairs, you know.
But Bullwinkle.
Sometimes they come in apples and kumquats, but mostly in pairs.
Yeah, but those words on the bottom of your foot, don't you know what that means?
Yeah, I got a scrub hardy.
No, you're the new Earl of Crankcase.
Notifying the Crankcase lawyer of the big news, the boys then departed for England.
Here's champion news, gentlemen. The new Earl has been located and will arrive within the hour aboard the SS Flotsam.
Oh, how jolly.
Here, here.
By the way, sir, what would happen if the Earl were to meet with a timely accident?
Why, then you chaps would split the inheritance.
Flushed with incentive, the nephews dashed to the nearest beach just as a channel swim got underway. Pretending to be part of the competition, the cunning threesome dove into the water and appeared to be swimming to France. However, they had barely left shore when suddenly they veered at a 90-degree angle and set a more or less indirect course for the good ship Flotsam, which had just entered the harbor.
Look out this porthole, Rock. They got the strangest looking purposes in these waters.
Those aren't porpoises, Bullwinkle.
What then, mermen?
No, they're probably diving for pennies.
Actually, they were diving for the bottom of the boat. Once there, they promptly drilled a gaping hole.
Awful warm cabin we're in. Look how we're perspiring.
Bullwinkle, this ship is sinking.
It sure is. What would cause an odor like that?
Sinking.
Oh,
Indeed it was. It looked like the boys were gooners.
that's goners.
Fortunately, though, the SS Flotsam settled easily into only 3 feet of water due to a handy sandbar.
For a second there, I thought we were gooners.
That's goners.
Oh.
Like all good luxury liners, this one, too, was equipped with an extra long gangplank, one that enabled the passengers to make it safely ashore.
Now what, Rock?
Now we head for the law office of Lamb, Curry, and Rice to claim the inheritance. As if we can get a cab.
Luck was with them and against them, for although they succeeded in getting a cab, they also got 3 drivers.
3 drivers? That's funny.
I don't know. Sounds like a pretty straight line to me.
No, I mean, I think we've seen those fellas before.
Yeah, probably in another episode.
Are you sure we've got the new Earl?
Who cares, so long as the meter's running?
I know. Make him show the inscription on the bottom of his foot.
Capital idea.
See, other foot for inscription.
Sure enough, on the other sole were the words, Rue Brittania.
It's him, all right. Quick, smash the car into a brick wall and we'll be rid of him.
But they were in a wall-less section of London, and so were forced to come up with another plan. Taking the first road out of town, they pulled to a stop 3 days later at the very brink of the White Cliffs of Dover. That's when Rocky and Bullwinkle became suspicious.
Gee, you'd think we'd be at the lawyer's office by now.
Relax. They're probably taking a shortcut.
Maybe so, but we better find out. Say, fellas, why are we stopping?
We're going to have the car washed.
Yes, you chaps sit right where you are. This'll only take a moment.
The plan was obvious. Sneaking to the rear of the cab, the 3 scallywags prepared to push it over the edge with our boys still inside. But a small squirrel and a large moose were quite a load.
I say, chaps, push.
We are pushing.
But although it was perched halfway over, the cab wouldn't budge.
Oh, fiddle-de-dee. Let's just haul 'em out and toss 'em over.
And so they jumped into one side of the cab just as Rocky and Bullwinkle came out the other.
Let's give him a hand, Bullwinkle.
The change in weight was all it took.
That's the craziest car wash I ever seen.
Well, we can't fool around any longer. Let's get to the lawyer's office.
And eventually they did.
There's no doubt of it. Your foot and the foot in this photo are one and the same. Congratulations, you are the new Earl.
Good. Can I have the £1 million note now?
Not just yet. You see, according to the will, you must live in the ancestral home for 1 week.
Ancestral home?
Yes, abominable manor.
Shucks, I've been living in an abominable manner all my life.
Yes, but not with 3 desperate wet nephews to contend with. Will Bullwinkle survive? We'll find out in Moose Gets the Juice or Morning Becomes Electrocuted.
Any idea where Egyptians deposit their money, Sherman?
Sure, the banks of the Nile.
Oh, well, I guess they do. At any rate, that's where we're going today.
Where?
To the banks of the Nile.
To deposit money?
No, to meet Egypt's most famous and beautiful queen, Cleopatra. I instructed Sherman to set the wayback controls for the year 42 B.C. And the place, Cleopatra's royal palace. Unfortunately, when we arrived, we found the queen in the midst of having a shave.
Hokey smokes! I didn't know she had a beard.
She didn't. This was her evil brother, Prince Ptolemy.
Oh, boy, now that I'm the ruler of Egypt, I'm really going to liven things up around here.
Excuse us, Your Royal Ptolemy, sir, but where's Cleopatra?
Floating down the Nile on a raft, and in about 2 seconds, the crocodiles should have her.
You can be sure we hastened to the rescue.
There she is, Mr. Peabody. And look, there are crocodiles all around her.
Well, Nile crocodiles, as everyone knows, are frustrated actors. This gave us a plausible reason for putting on an impromptu performance of Uncle Tom's Cabin. I'll get you, little Eva. You won't get away from me.
Oh, no, you won't, you nasty Uncle Tom. I shall cross yonder ice floes and escape from you.
Well, the crocs, as I knew they would, pretended they were blocks of ice and gave a sterling performance. Sherman or little Eva dashed out across them with myself or Uncle Tom in warm pursuit. By the time we reached the far shore, we had not only picked up some new members for the Screen Actors Guild, but Cleopatra as well.
Thank you, little doggy, for rescuing me.
I am not a little doggy, Your Highness. I am Mr. Peabody.
And I'm Sherman.
How come you're not marching to the sea?
That was General Sherman, madam. This one is only a second lieutenant. Suddenly the air was filled with the blare of trumpets. Looking over a small hill, we saw the valley below was filled with a huge army.
Wow, whose army is that?
Caesar's.
Sid Caesar's?
Julius Caesar's.
Say, I'll bet he'd help Cleopatra get her throne back.
He would if he became infatuated. You think you could charm the great Caesar into assisting your cause, Cleopatra?
Are you kidding?
Cleopatra began her saturation campaign by entering Caesar's tent during his 2 o'clock feeding.
Oscrotcha artist! This is the vilest Caesar salad I've ever tasted. Who's got the salt?
Here it is, Julie, baby. You want some pepper, too?
At 4 o'clock, Caesar reviewed his troops.
You, soldier, you know better than to hold a dirty spear.
I am sorry, O Caesar, but I had nothing to clean it with.
Clean it with mint.
Spearmint?
Arrest that man! And you, soldier.
Hello, Julie, honey.
The crowning blow came when the great man dictated a letter that was to be sent back to Rome.
And I shall return during the Ides of March.
Is that all, sir?
That is all. Sign it yours sincerely, Julie, baby.
Julie, baby?
Oh, I must be going mad. Leave me. I seem to be haunted by the voice and face of a beguiling vixen. Perhaps I have a virus.
You look good to me, Julie Tiger.
Even the mirror looks like her.
By morning, Julius Caesar was on the verge of an unnervous breakdown, and that's when Cleopatra, escorted by 2 Egyptian guards, who resembled a boy and a dog, had it out with him.
You're devastatingly beautiful, you minx, you. Say you'll go steady with me.
She will if you'll attack Ptolemy and kick him off the throne.
Caesar, of course, would do anything, so that afternoon he and his vast legions lined up in front of Egypt's royal palace.
Spear throwers, attack!
1,000 deadly spears were launched in the direction of the palace wall, but Ptolemy was a clever man, for suddenly a huge screen popped up, a screen that had been coated with rubber. The spears merely hit the screen and returned from whence they came. Boulders were even catapulted, but they too bounced back.
If this keeps up, we'll be victorious losers.
Do something, Mr. Peabody.
And I did. First of all, I covered myself with bandages. To the enemy, I would appear to be a dog mummy, which was sacred to the Egyptians in those days, as everyone knows. Then I left the Roman lines and ran as best I could to the palace wall. A mighty leap, and I was over. 1 hour later, I returned to Sherman, Caesar, and Cleopatra. You may renew the assault, Julius.
Well, what good'll it do?
I insisted he follow my orders. A barrage of boulders was again sent flying at the walls, and again the rubber screen popped up, only this time there was a gaping hole in it, courtesy of yours truly. The rocks roared through the aperture, and inside of 10 minutes the walls came a-tumbling down, and Ptolemy with them. Cleopatra had her throne, and Caesar had Cleopatra. As for Sherman and me, we had ourselves a short sightseeing tour of the marketplace in Cairo.
Step right up, folks. Buy yourself a genuine Egyptian pharaoh barometer. Take a barometer home to the little woman.
Look at that, Mr. Peabody. That man is selling barometers shaped like pharaohs.
Yes, they not only sold slaves in Egypt, they sold barometers as well.
I never knew they could forecast the weather.
You never heard of Pharaoh and Warmer?
Now, it's time to get back to our story.
Let's face it, claiming an inheritance in England isn't very easy, especially if your name happens to be Bullwinkle Moose. Yes, those words, Rue Brittania, on the bottom of his foot, entitled our moose to inherit a £1,000,000 note. But there was a stumbling block. 3 stumbling blocks named Filcher Crankcase, Belcher Crankcase, and Jay, nephews to the recently departed Earl.
We must find a ruse for cooking his goose.
So saying, they drove to the White Cliffs of Dover, intending to push our heroes over.
What'd everybody do, get rhyming dictionaries for Christmas?
Luckily, the cab was no pushover, and in the ensuing mix-up, it was the nephews who took the plunge, not Rocky and Bullwinkle. Later at the law firm of Lamb, Curry, and Rice...
Is it true, Mr. Lamb? Is Bullwinkle really the new Earl?
No doubt of it, my boy. That tattoo on his foot matches the one in this picture.
Unfortunately, before the doctor could collect the £1,000,000 note, he had to spend 1 week inside Abominable Manor.
I don't like the looks of it, Bullwinkle.
Oh, clibber clabber rock. I could live there 1 week standing on my head.
Funny Bullwinkle should say that, for just inside the door, someone had carelessly left a Burmese tiger trap. And when Bullwinkle stepped inside, he really put his foot in it.
Say, this place doesn't look so bad.
Rocky's flying squirrel-like eyes gazed about the main hall, tastefully decorated in early Prohibition style and topped off with what appeared to be a very unusual chandelier.
Bullwinkle, what are you doing up there?
You heard the man. I'm a very unusual chandelier.
This is no time for fooling around. Come on down.
Wait a minute, I'll light up for you.
And even though the rope broke, Bullwinkle kept his promise. He lit on his head.
I hate episodes like this, even though I get the money later, which I probably won't.
Exploration of the rest of the manor eventually took them to the 2nd floor and a sinister door.
I wonder what's in there.
Yeah, it's probably just a broom closet.
Rocky was only half right. Actually, it was a spear gun closet, and one of them was set up so that whoever opened the door would get it right between the eyes. Like most closets, though, this one, too, had a sticky door.
Forget it.
I can't, Rock. It's become a kind of fetish with me. Come on, door. Open.
Being as strong as a moose, Bullwinkle managed to rip the door right off its hinges.
Hokey smoke! A spear just shot over my head.
Turning around, Rocky gasped at what he saw, for there, pinned to the wall, was the spear, embedded in the head of a moose.
Bullwinkle!
It does look like me, doesn't it?
Oh, my gosh! For a minute, I thought that moose head was you.
Well, how do we know it is until we check?
The car wash failed, the Burmese tiger trap failed.
So did the spear gun. But this won't. The moose will pick up the phone, I'll plug in this connection, and 11 million volts will go through him.
I think somebody's out to get you, Bullwinkle. Let's phone Scotland Yard.
Let's phone the police first.
And Bullwinkle headed for the nearest phone, not knowing that it was connected to a diabolical switchboard in the cellar.
Hello, operator. Give me the police.
There he is now. Ready? Here we go.
But although the connection was made, nothing happened.
It's no wonder you forgot to plug this in.
That's when the short-circuited.
Big Joe is going tonight. Operator, never mind the police. Let me speak to the governor.
Would you mind getting off the phone, please?
What are you going to do, Felcher?
We're through playing around. The only way to get rid of the moose is to call in a professional.
You mean?
The exterminator.
Operator, get me the black hole of Calcutta, please.
This is not a recording. You are talking to Executive Secretary to the Exterminator.
Let me speak to your employer, will you?
Boris, darling, you busy?
Sure I'm busy. It's lunch hour. This is the way we slice the bread, slice the bread, slice the bread. What kind of cheese you want in sandwich, Natasha? Blue or Swiss?
Swiss, darling.
Swiss coming up.
By the way, you got his business call.
Business call? Goody. Things are looking down. I'll take it in mausoleum.
The deal was quickly made, and it was only a matter of minutes before Boris and Natasha were on their way to England.
Who we off to kill this time?
The name of the victim is unimportant.
What a strange name.
I agree.
It was well after midnight by the time they arrived at Abominable Manor, where they were enthusiastically greeted by the nephew's crankcase. Yeah.
Sort of gets you right here, don't it, Natasha?
And with Pilcher crankcase leading the way, Boris was escorted to a door containing a large peephole.
Victim is in here? Yes, look in there and you'll see the new Earl of Crankcase. Here's your victim. That's victim. But you said, please, leave the dialect to me.
But victim or victim, all Boris had to do was focus his evil eyes on Rocky and Bullwinkle and...
Oh, boy, Natasha, you're never going to guess who's on the other side of door.
Is Peabody and Sherman?
Silly girl, flying squirrel and moose.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Hey, you. You know there's two in there? Yes, the moose is the one we want you to exterminate. Okay, buddy, I tell you what I'm going to do. Going to make you a package deal. Going to kill two for the price of one.
And so a few moments later, a knock was heard at the front door.
That must be the police, Bullwinkle.
Hi, are you the police?
Right now, Governor. I'm a Bobby.
Who's she?
She's a Billy.
Golly, officers, I'm sure glad you're here. I fear for Bullwinkle's life.
Come on, I got to put you under police protection.
So saying, Boris escorted our unsuspecting heroes into a nearby closet.
How come we have to stay in here?
It's only safe place in house. But so you don't get lonesome, here is a radio for you to play.
Hey, that's mighty thoughty.
However, that was no ordinary radio, for instead of tubes, it contained sticks of TNT.
Yes, and soon as it warms up, boom! No more Rocky and his friends.
Will Boris have a show of his own next week? We'll find out in Explosive Situation or Don't Make It Worse, It's Bad Enough.
Well, you lucky people, time again for Bullwinkle's Corner.
Thank you, Rocky. Today's poem is that intimate story of life among the royalty, the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer's day. They look good, Queenie. What kind are they?
Soybean, rutabaga, asparagus, and turnip.
Turnip? Turnip tarts?
I use my health food cookbook.
Oog. Well, on with the poem. The knave of hearts, he stole those tarts and took them clean away.
Stop, thief!
Come back here, you tart napper! The king of hearts called for those tarts and beat the knave full sore. The knave of hearts gave back the tarts and vowed he'd steal no more. Oh, you don't get off that easy. You stole 'em, friend. You eat 'em.
Canada, where men were men, unless they were horses. And it was here in this secluded valley that Canada's most valiant steeds roamed wild and unfettered. It was from this vast herd the Canadian Mounted Police selected their mounts.
Well, Do-Right, I see you got yours.
Yes, Inspector. He's a beauty. Palomino, I think.
Tell me, what is that hanging down from underneath?
An extra saddle, Inspector.
The Mountie sitting on the cow is our indefatigable hero, Dudley Do-Right, decathlon champion of the 1904 Olympics, which were not held that year.
Well, sir, if you'll excuse me, I think I'll take Whirlwind here back to the post and give him a brushing down.
You do that, Do-Right.
For 2 weeks, Dudley put his noble steed through a rigorous training course. Jumping, trotting, saluting, everything that was required of a Mountie horse. It wasn't until the animal gave 14 pints of milk that Dudley became suspicious.
Inspector?
What is it, Do-Right?
I think my horse is sick.
Luckily for all concerned, one of the Mounties was an ex-veterinarian. It was he who labeled the horse a cow.
Do-Right, we are in trouble. Colonel Crimcrammer is due here tomorrow. As usual, he wants his Mounties to be mounted.
Don't you worry, sir. I'll be on a horse.
Colonel Ogden Crimcrammer was at that very moment aboard the Saskatchewan Express.
On a vacation, Colonel? No, going up to inspect the Mountie post. Got a few changes to make.
This is where our plot sickens, for directly in back of the colonel sat that black-hearted rascal Snidely Whiplash,
Egad, this situation is positively rampant with evil ramifications. I beg your pardon, Colonel Crimcrammer, but the engineer would like to have a word with you.
Oh, really? Where is he?
In the last car.
The colonel was already in the last car, therefore when he left it, he left the train. Whiplash, posing as Colonel Crimcrammer, appeared at the post the following morning.
Good to see you again, Fenwick.
You've changed, Colonel. Last year you were 6'3".
Whiplash was about to come up with a reason why he had shrunk when his beady eyes ran down the line of men and focused on Dudley.
I must be seeing things. There's a Mountie sitting on a rocking horse.
Do-Right.
It was the only horse I could find, Inspector. Steady, boy.
You'll have to excuse him, Colonel. He's just getting over a case of hoof and mouth. Get off the rocker, Do-Right.
Do-Right is the only man here who anticipated my new regulation.
What new regulation is that?
This one.
And Whiplash hastily scribbled an order stating that henceforth all Mounties would ride rocking horses. Naturally, when the criminal element heard of this, they ran wild. Inside of a week, Canada was in the grip of an unprecedented crime wave.
Do-Right, the Canadian National Bank has just been robbed. Go get him.
But it was a little difficult to go get him when your horse merely rocked back and forth. Hours passed, and the situation grew more tense.
Any sign of the bank robbers, Do-Right?
Not yet, Inspector, but I'm on their trail.
At that rate, the only way a criminal would be caught was if he happened to come to the post, which is exactly what happened. The bank robbers, loaded with Canadian clubs and carrying sacks of money, darted inside the gate, hoping to use the post as a hideout. Luckily for them, they blundered into Dudley.
You men see any bank robbers?
They were too shocked to answer.
Never mind. I'll get them anyway. Onward, boy! Onward!
The gang proceeded to take the post over. They overpowered every Mountie they saw, including Inspector Fenwick.
It is getting dark, faithful steed. We must return to the post and report.
The bank robbers, having bound and gagged everyone, were contemplating passing the time with torture.
I say, let's make them watch television.
Yeah, turn on some commercials.
Before they could carry out their fiendish designs, they were interrupted.
Would you mind telling the inspector that my horse and I are still looking for the bank robbers? Oh, there's the inspector. Pardon me, sir, but... Yes, I agree, sir. It is cool in here. I'll throw some wood on the fire.
But in the dim light, our dim wit threw not firewood, but firearms. Seconds later...
It's the compass!
And when the smoke of battle cleared, Dudley stood alone, victorious.
It's a lot warmer in here now.
The gang was carted off to prison. As for the Mounties, they had no time to relax, for the real Colonel Crimcrammer arrived and proceeded with his inspection.
Well, Colonel, as you can see, every one of my men is groomed to Mountie specification.
Yes, but there are some changes I'd like to make.
Oh? What did you have in mind?
Well, to start with...
Now, back to Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, then.
Well, things are reaching the boiling point down at dear old Abominable Manor. For last time, you may recall, Boris Badenov made a deadly arrangement with the crankcase nephews.
It's time for a change of Earl.
Resourceful as ever, Boris and Natasha disguised themselves as English policemen.
You may be a Bobby, but she certainly isn't.
No? Show us your bobby pin, Natasha.
See, darling, 20 years on force.
Secure in the belief that they were under police protection, Rocky and Bullwinkle allowed themselves to be placed in a closet.
Well, at least we'll be safe in here.
Nothing could have been further from the truth, for Boris had given them a radio for company, a radio booby-trapped with TNT.
That's bobby-trapped.
Well, whatever it was, that radio would heat up and then...
See, I bet we're just in time to catch the English sweepstakes.
And the horses are coming into the home stretch with mother-in-law in the lead.
Mother-in-law? I got money on that nag.
Mother-in-law is still in front. They're heading for the finish line, and it's...
I can't take it, Doc. It's just too exciting.
That fool moose turned it off.
No, Boris, don't go in there.
And at the wire, it was Adam's apple by a neck.
Boris, you're smiling?
Sure, I had him to place.
Well, Mr. Executioner, your first attempt was an abysmal failure.
And it didn't work either. But now comes my hotsy-totsy dwork on Trotsky plane. Over here we got dish of macadamia nuts. Very salty. Now, Moose eats nuts. Moose gets thirsty. Moose goes to kitchen, drinks 50 glasses water, gets bellyache. Squirrel phones drugstore for bellyache pills. Delivery boy races up driveway on motor scooter with pills. But he rolls over, tag put there by yours truly, and gets flat. While boy changes tire, I change pills to macadamia nuts. Moose eats more thinking they are pills. And get such big bellyache he needs doctor. I come in dressed as sturgeon and operate immediately. Now comes best part. Moose does not pull through.
Oh, Boris, darling, you got best twisted mind in the whole world.
I do the best I can with the tools I got.
Running upstairs, Boris quickly entered the room where Rocky and Bullwinkle were sitting and anxiously awaited the right moment to put his plan into effect.
Gee, I sure would like some macadamia nuts.
This was the right moment.
Oh, I'm in luck. Here is a whole bowl full right in my lap.
Better not eat too many, Bullwinkle. They'll make you thirsty.
But unable to resist, the nut-hungry moose downed them all in one fell swoop.
My, I am thirsty.
The evil plan was progressing perfectly. Bullwinkle went into the kitchen and promptly drank 49 glasses of water.
Here, make it an even 50.
Oh, thank you. Oh!
Bullwinkle, what's the matter?
I got a abominable pain.
Where?
In my tummy.
Reacting instantly, Rocky put in a call to the drugstore. Within 5 minutes, a delivery boy was racing up the driveway when, just as Boris had predicted, the boy changed his tire.
And I changed the pills.
Sure enough, Bullwinkle swallowed the nuts, thinking they were pills.
Now how do you feel?
Oh, I feel much better. Oh, the doctor.
And here I am.
Are you a doctor?
What do you think I am, an exterminator? Don't answer that. I got to operate.
And before he knew what was happening, Bullwinkle found himself on an operating table while Rocky nervously paced the corridor outside. Where will it all lead?
You got everything, Dr. Darling.
Let me see. Paper clips, glue is all here.
And with that, Boris proceeded to go to work. However, the fuse box, in abominable manner, was in an advanced state of disrepair, and...
Hey, what gives with lights?
You want flashlight?
What for? Operation is going to be failure anyway.
1 hour later, the exhausted surgeon emerged from the operating theater.
Congratulations, Squirrel. You are proud father of a dead moose.
What? But you told me he'd be fine.
Moose is fine. Finally dead.
Pardon me, doctor. I'm sorry I was delayed.
Oh, think nothing of it.
Bullwinkle!
Moose!
There's a J in there. Bullwinkle J Moose.
But the doctor said you were dead.
Well, there must be some mistake, I think. You see, I heard the nurse ask for a flashlight, and so I went out in search of one. All I found, though, was this luau torch.
Well, if that ain't you on the table in there, who...
Congratulations, Boris. You are first doctor to ever remove appendix from suit of armor.
Well, at least it's not total loss.
More determined than ever, Boris pulled out all the stops. He booby-trapped the entire second floor, put poison in the drinking water, and even wrote a nasty letter.
How many U's in moose?
Let me see. Moose. M-U-S-E. 2.
But it was all to no avail. The booby-traps misfired. The poison only helped to purify the water. And the nasty letter was delivered to the wrong moose.
Boys, I got proposition for you. I pay you, you kill moose.
Dash it all, old man. I thought you were an expert.
I am at not killing moose.
You know, we really don't have to kill him.
What do you mean?
Well, the will clearly stipulates the moose stay inside the house for 1 week.
You mean if moose goes outside the house, you get £1,000,000 note?
Of course. All you have to do is lure him out, take a picture of him, and...
Natasha, get my brownie.
Cookie?
Camera!
I think I'll get some air, Rock.
You better not, Bullwinkle. You're supposed to stay inside for 1 week.
Oh, thinky foo.
Oh, I think I'll go upstairs and take a nap.
So saying, Rocky departed, leaving Bullwinkle alone, but not for long.
Quick, only 30 seconds left to play. We got to make touchdown or we lose game.
Let me make the touchdown, coach.
His deal. Goal line is out through open door. Go.
Don't worry, we'll win.
And Bullwinkle took off, not realizing that he was heading outside the house where Natasha, dressed as a cheerleader, waited with the camera. Will Bullwinkle score but lose his inheritance? The answer lies in 50 cents lost or get that half back.
The Yangtze River, which flows through northern China, not only provided the inspiration for the song Yangtze with a Laughing Face, but gives us the setting for our story. Centuries and centuries ago, the Yangtze was nothing more than a small pond that sat beside a palace belonging to a wealthy Chinese emperor.
Well, Honorable Cook, what have we for breakfast today?
Well, I can fix a scrambled egg roll. You like it?
No, I've a hot yen for almond duck.
That's all he ever ate. Almond duck, morning, noon, and night. And that's why the pond was always well stocked with almond-eyed ducklings.
You hear the big news, Foucault? Emperor gonna have almond duck this morning.
Oh, hot dog. I hope the cook picks me.
These almond ducklings live for one thing and one thing only, to have the honor of being fed to their beloved emperor.
Yeah. We're sort of like a duck kamikaze squadron.
Yeah. All right, handsome up, you bird. Here comes the cook.
The cook came to the edge of the pond and surveyed the ducks with a keen eye. That's when the ducks went into their act.
Look up by my ducky, what a ducky melody.
If you know ducky like I know ducky.
All the time, same old corny imitations.
So he simply selected what he thought was a good-looking duck.
Out for it.
Maybe we'll get lucky at lunchtime.
Yes, they all stood a chance of making good at the next meal, all but one. He was the ugliest almond duckling China ever spawned.
Boy, if this keeps up, I'm going to live to be 104.
And another duck got the honors.
Boy, I'm getting desperate. I got to use the old Chinese noodle.
Dinner time rolled around. The cook reappeared, and this time, the ugly almond duckling floated into view wearing a banner proclaiming that he was Miss America of 1922.
Say, if that duck is good enough to win Miss America title, he's good enough to be served to Emperor.
Well, it seemed as though the ruse would work. The ugly one was placed on a tray and set on the Emperor's table. But wouldn't you know, that day the Emperor was entertaining a guest.
Something is rotten here besides the Liederkranz. Guest of Emperor also wearing banner saying she is Miss America of 1922.
Now, you won't believe this, baby, but it was a tie that year.
That night, shortly before midnight, the ducks held a council.
The ugly duck is giving the pond a very bad reputation. If this keeps up, the Emperor might develop a taste for chickens.
So he took up a collection and paddled over to the object of their discourse.
Here's a sack containing 3,000 yen.
Roughly how much is that in American moolah?
Well, roughly speaking, I would say like $1.50.
Oh, boy. What do I do with all this loot?
Why don't you get talented so the cook will take you out of the pond?
Dawn found our hero flying into the nearby city of Peiping, where he enrolled at the Rock and Egg Roll Conservatory of Music.
Sure, I can teach you how to play music, but you're going to be the ugliest duck ever to graduate from here.
He studied night and day, and a few other Cleopatra songs, too, in the hopes that musical talents would counterbalance his ugliness. Finally, after 1 year of diligent practice on every instrument known to man, he headed back to the pond.
Handsome up, you guys. Here comes the cook to get the Emperor's breakfast.
The cook was amazed, for instead of the usual varied array of imitations, the ducks merely lined up and gave the floor to...
Holy mackerel.
Never had he witnessed such musical virtuosity. And at the conclusion, not only the ducks, but the birds and the fishes broke into a rousing ovation. The cook had no alternative but to pluck the exhausted duck from the water.
Now I get the orange sauce treatment, huh?
Oh, no. I'm going to mail you to Phil Spitalny. He can use a duck like you.
Failure again. In a sense, that is. The duck put in 2 years playing for Mr. Spitalny and then decided to form his own band. He did very well and even received an offer to play the palace. But the only palace that he really wanted to make good in was the Emperor's back home.
Hello, MCA. Cancel my road tour. Notify the trades. I'm giving up showbiz.
Back to the pond he flew, and what he viewed upon arrival startled him.
Oh, for the cry eye. The pond is still stocked with ducks who are prettier than me. Oh, I'm going to remain from here to eternity.
Suddenly, a Chinese frog leaped onto a lily pad.
What you got tears in your almond eyes for?
I'm as ugly as 4 days of bad weather, that's why.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are ugly. I was ugly once myself.
I can't believe it. How come you're not ugly now?
Well, I believe that's why.
I believe you believe, but what do you believe?
I believe that I'm good looking.
Well, this was something he hadn't tried. So for 24 hours, he believed he was no longer ugly. And you know something? It worked. By morning, he was the best-looking duck in the pond.
Oh, you got it made, kid. Oh, you're sure to get picked from the pond.
He was, but not by the cook. The cook selected someone else. Ah, but don't feel too sorry for the poor little duck. You see, his name was Donald, and he was taken by a man named Walt... Well, never mind.
That's right, and now I go...
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
Now, back to Moose and Squirrel.
Let let's return to dear old Abominable Manor, where last time Boris Badenov made a startling discovery.
You mean I don't got to kill Moose?
Of course not. We'll still get the £1 million note if we can take a picture of him outside the house.
Yes. According to the will, he must not leave Abominable Manor for 1 week.
The week was almost up, but so was Bullwinkle's dander.
I tell you, Rock, if I don't get some air, I'll go stale.
Better not, Bullwinkle.
With that, Rocky left to take a nap. That's when Boris came in.
Boy, oh boy, he's left quarter with only 2 seconds left to play, and we behind 6 points.
Never fear, Canute. I shall score us a touchdown.
Good, Moose. Here, take Pigskin and go over goal line.
But the goal line Boris referred to was outside Abominable Manor, where Natasha waited with a camera.
I take picture of moose suitable for framing, and job is done.
Bullwinkle set sail for the open door, and it looked like the end, but only of our last episode, for the commotion downstairs had arrested the attention of our staunch hero.
Stop, Bullwinkle. You're heading for the door.
But the game had to be won, and Bullwinkle plummeted onward. That's when Rocky took off from the balcony and pulled a triple reverse, taking the football away, tripping Bullwinkle, who got only as far as the welcome mat, and scoring the deciding touchdown.
We won! We won!
Well, Boris, all I got was photo of flying squirrel.
You got off easy, Natasha. I bet another team. I got bad idea.
You mean good idea.
You know me, I don't got nothing good. Here is last-ditch plan.
That night, on the roof of Abominable Manor, Boris and Natasha burned the midnight oil. And when daylight finally dawned...
Well, how do you like it?
It's beautiful. What is it?
It's rocket ship. Moose will follow squirrel anywhere, right?
It's plausible.
So, we get squirrel inside rocket, moose follows, we send rocket to moon, no more squirrel, no more moose, no more failure.
Boris, you are Dracula of cartoon industry.
The day passed by, as days often will do, and that evening over dinner...
You know what day this is, Bullwinkle?
Guy Fawkes Day?
No, it's your last day inside Abominable Manor.
He ain't kidding.
When the clock strikes midnight, the lawyer will arrive with your £1 million note. You'll be rich.
Not if Boris can help it.
Here is dessert, gentlemen. Nice hot soup.
A butler? Where did you come from?
And what's with soup for dessert? I usually get salad.
Fair enough. You get salad, squirrel gets soup.
But that's no ordinary soup. It contains knockout drops.
Say, this is pretty good. How's your salad?
Well, the ptomaine lettuce is a trifle wilted. I said, how about that? He's asleep.
With the butler showing the way, Bullwinkle carried Rocky to the threshold of the rocket ship.
That's a very odd bedroom there.
His latest thing. Go ahead, take squirrel inside.
And once inside, Boris quickly slammed the door.
The fools fell for it.
Quick, Boris. Pull lever and blast rocket off.
Listen, strike is clocking 12. Lawyer is due here any episode. And soon as I pull lever, Moose and Squirrel are on their way to moon.
Pleasant dreams, Rock.
Boris, Moose is getting out.
No, he's getting in.
And just as we closed, Boris prepared to launch our boys skyward.
Here goes something.
What gives with rocket?
I don't know. It should blast off.
But it couldn't. Not with Bullwinkle leaning against the brake.
Moose, would you please not lean against brake?
Yes, you spoiling plans.
I wasn't leaning against the brake.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, no, I'm not.
He's right, Boris.
What do you mean he's right? He's leaning against brake.
Too darn much noise in here.
With that, Bullwinkle picked up Rocky and exited the rocket. Naturally, with a brake release, the rocket took off.
He was!
The front door opened just as the clock struck 12.
Those were the longest 12 chimes I ever heard. Ah, the Earl of Crankcase.
Oh, what's going on, Bullwinkle?
Glad you woke up. It's the end of the story. You get the girl, I get the money.
There's just one thing. I must take one more look at your foot to check the Rue Brittania inscription.
Then I get the £1 million note, right?
Precisely.
You can imagine everyone surprised to see that the inscription was no longer there.
Bullwinkle, it's gone.
Well, sure it's gone. It never lasts more than a week.
And Bullwinkle told them how, after he took a shower, he stepped onto his bath mat made by the Rue Brittania Bath Mat Company, Peoria, Illinois.
You mean the printing came off on your foot?
Yeah, cheap mats. But this means you're not the Earl of Crankies.
Yes, and it also means that we get the inheritance.
They did get it, and it was a £1 million note, a £1 million promissory note.
Good heavens. According to this, our dear uncle borrowed £1 million from the Bank of England.
Yes, and you chaps must pay it back.
What bitter irony. Filcher, Boucher, and Jay were forced to work in a local garage, draining, of all things, crankcases.
Cheer up, chaps. At £1 a week, we'll have it paid off in 1,000,000 weeks.
As for Boris and Natasha, they were last seen orbiting along the Milky Way.
I tell you, Moose was not leaning on brake.
You may be right.
Rocky and Bullwinkle booked passage on the first boat leaving for home.
Boy, am I glad that's over.
And you know something? I'd just rather be plain old me than all the earls in the world.
Sure was funny how that bath mat inscription fooled us.
Yeah, but what's funnier is the one on my other foot. That one never comes off. See?
Oh, no!
Be with us next time for further adventures of Rocky the Flying Squirrel.
Continue the fun. Build your own collection of The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Yes, the spirit of Moose Mania is everywhere and has everyone running, riding, or rocketing to collect all 6 video volumes.
I see you got yours.
Yes, incredibly, there are 6 volumes in all.
Oh, boy, have you forgotten the plot again?
In a word, you said it.
That's 3 words.
I'm a heavy tipper.
More of Rocky and Bullwinkle's hilarious gang of outrageous comic characters. More of that misguided Dudley Do-Right of the Mounties. More of that dastardly duo, Boris and Natasha. And still more of those slightly askew, fractured fairy tales. Yes, for those who grew up watching them, for those who never outgrew them.
Yes, yes.
And for those who are growing to love them, what more could you possibly ask for than Mona Moose, Birth of Bullwinkle, Vincent Van Moose, Blue Moose, La Grande Moose, and Canadian Gothic. The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Once you collect one, you'll just have to have them all.